Hey besties, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we're doing another bookish video. It's currently January 15th, so we're mid-January. Usually right now I would be like filling up my reading journal for the previous month, doing photo album for the previous month, but it's January, so it's a little different this month. It may look a bit different behind me. I did get some bookshelves for this wall. So I have books here, and then I also have books downstairs in the main living area. All my fantasy is downstairs, everything else is up here. I will do a bit of a tour in this video so you can see how I have everything organized. It took me a while to organize it. I was going to make it a whole video, but I'm about to head back to school in like 2 days to university, and I'm going to be taking a bunch of these books with me. Well, not a bunch of them. I will be taking some of them though, and so it'll look different. And then when I come home in the summer, I'm going to have more books I'm bringing back, so I'm going to have to redo everything. So I thought we'd do the book organization and all that of redoing my bookshelves and stuff when I come back in the summer after I finish the school year. I will go through my reading journal. I have already done my setup for the 2025 year. Can you believe it's already 2025? It kind of feels unreal, I'm gonna be honest. But I will go through all the spreads I did for that, and then I also did my January TBR spread. It's like a loose TBR because most of the books are from my 25 and 2025 video, but there are a few on there that aren't. So I'll go through everything I did in my reading journal. I didn't do it on video because I did it with my best friend. Her and I have reading journals, and so we set them up together, and I didn't get any footage from that. So that's where that's at. But I will show you everything I did, so stay tuned for that in this video. I'm not 100% sure what all we're going to do in this video. I'm kind of just playing it by ear. I might end up going and like getting a book or something. I do have a question. I need your guys' help. Help me decide if I should continue. What is the series called? I think it's the Broken Blades series by Mike Orlin. The first book was 5 Broken Blades. The second book just came out, 4 Ruined Realms. Let me know if I should continue that because I'm unsure whether I should. Maybe I'll read or like start reading it on my Kindle because I believe it's on KU. So maybe I'll start reading it on my Kindle, and then if I like it, then I'll get the book. That might end up being the plan. I'm unsure if I want to still continue it though. Like, I don't know. Because like the first one was good. Well, the second half of the first one was good, I should say. The first half was like mid, but the second half was really good, and I was intrigued to see where it would go next. But now I'm kind of like, do I even care anymore? I don't know. That's still up for debate. Let me know what you guys think I should do. Should I continue that series or not? I'll give you guys a bit of a reading update since I have my Kindle right here. I'm actually reading. I've been reading on my Kindle actually since I got it. Everything I wanted to read has been on here, so it's been great. I'm currently reading The Ashes and the Starcursed King by Carissa Broadbent. It's the second book in the Crowns of Neaxia series. I'm almost to the 50% mark. I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's quite as good as the first one, and I think it's because it's a little confusing on where the plot is going. The first one, you had the Kajari, and you were being introduced to these characters, and there was like a goal we were getting to. There was a beginning, middle, and end. And I feel like in this one, it's just it's a bit more like a high stake character study. You're just kind of like following them after the events of the first book. So I don't necessarily like this one as much as I did the first one. I still think it's good storyline, and where we're at, I think the events that have occurred are still really interesting, and the character development and the somewhat plot we're getting and things that are happening. Some of the stuff was definitely kind of predictable because of things you learn at the end of the first book and going into the beginning of the second book. But I still think it's been like a good, interesting time. If you like the first book, I think you'd still like this. But it's taking me a little bit longer to get through this. Like, I've been reading it for a few days now. So I might actually like switch over to something else and read that and then go back to reading this because I don't know, I'm just not feeling it as much. But anywho, that's where I'm at in reading right now. I need to go run some errands. I actually need to go return a book I got on Amazon, and I can go to Whole Foods to return it because they have the whole Amazon return thing. Like, you can return it at the customer service and whatnot. So I need to go do that, and then I need to go to Target, and I'll probably end up looking at the book section. I always look at the book section in Target. It's like a go-to. I can't not look at the book section. If you can do that, good for you. Even if I don't get anything, I just like looking. So we'll see. So I think we'll do that. We'll go to Whole Foods, Target, then I'll come back. If I got anything, I'll show you guys what I got. If I didn't, it is what it is. and then we'll go through my reading journal and do some other stuff. Hey besties, so as you saw, I went to Whole Foods and Target. Well, I don't think I showed you that I went to Whole Foods, but I showed you that I went to Target. I did look around the book section, did get a book. I never told you guys this, but we have three, I think they're orange tabbies. I don't think they're red tabbies. I think they're orange tabbies. We have two boys, Hoshi and Woozy, and then we have one girl, Junie. And Hoshi always waiting to like bolt into the garage when you get home because he likes going in the garage. And I was so upset because he wasn't there. So like I was kind of offended. He didn't come say hi to me. Personal grudge. It's okay though. But I got a few things at Target. I did get what, Junie? What? Girlfriend? Do you want to come be in the video? Ow! Look, say hi. No. I guess antisocial is how you would put that. But I got one book. I'd been wanting to get this book for a while and I saw it, and because, you know, Target has all books on sale and stuff, so I just decided why not get it. I contemplated it for a while and then was like, I'm just getting, because they had a good condition one, so I was like, okay. So the book I got is The Last One by Rachel Housel Hall. I think that's how you pronounce it. Not 100% sure. This is the first in, I'm guessing, a series. It's published by Red Tower Books, and they have been publishing a lot of like new series and stuff. So I'm assuming this is the first book in a series. But it sounds really good. I've been really interested to read it, so I thought, why not? Hello, Jeannie. But I've been really interested in reading it, so I was like, okay, you know what, we're just gonna get it. But that's all I got when I was out. I was gonna show you guys more footage of me at Whole Foods and Target, but that didn't happen because I was at Whole Foods for literally like 2 minutes. All I had to do was return a package, so you didn't really get footage of me there, but you did get footage of me at Target. So, well, not even footage of me, footage of literally the aisles, the empty aisles, but that's beside the point. But I think now I'm gonna go upstairs and show you guys my reading journal, and then we'll continue on with the video and see where it takes us next. So okay, now let's talk about my reading journal. So this is the reading journal I got for 2025. It's a dotted journal. It's by, wait, the name of the company's on here. I think it's like Yop and Tom. Hopefully you guys can see that, but yeah, that's the name of the company, I guess. But I really like this one. I like the sagey color to it. And it has like a dandelion gold foil like on the front. So I thought it was really cute. It has two bookmarks, which I really like. So I can have one like at the table of contents and then one throughout the thing. But let me show you what I've done for the 2025 setup. So first off, one of the things I really liked that I saw this had when I opened it is it has like a grid guide. So it has like all the spacing and stuff and the dot marks for different columns and rows. So it has this way, and then it also on the back has it like this to where you can do a lot of different variations and use this. I'll be honest, I haven't really used it because I haven't used any of these layouts yet, but I still really like that. So starting off, it has this like key where you can make like a bullet code and a color section. Oh, I just realized it has color with a U, which means this is not an American company. Fascinating. But I have the main colors I've been using for my 2025 setup on there with the numbers. They're my Tombow brush pens. That's what I primarily use for any of my coloring stuff. Then I have my index, my table of contents. I filled out what I need to based on what I've done all the way through my January TBR page with the page number. So then we get into my title page. I did similar to last year's title page with the reading journal font having the year in the center of the page, but I kind of went with this very colorful, somewhat pastel-y color palette. But I really like this color palette. I gave it like, it has the reading journal 2025 and then all the stars and dots and stuff in the corner, which I think the colors go really nicely together and I really like that. So then we go into my 25 books to read in 2025 page. I've separated them out by genre. So the first two rows are fantasy. Then we have the fiction, which is just two historical fiction, well, the one mystery thriller, and then the four romance at the bottom. And I left space to write my rating below them after I read the book, which I've already read three of the books this year, and it's only mid-January. We're off to a great start already, and I hope I can keep that up and hopefully get more than 50%, because last year I did 13 of my 24 books. So we did just over 50% last year, but I'm hoping to get a little bit more done this year. But this is how this page looks. I really like the font and the colors and all that. Then we have my monthly tracker and my monthly fave page. So starting with my monthly tracker, I just across the bottom have the first letter of each month. So then I'll just fill in the boxes from the bottom up like a bar graph as I go. On the second page, I don't have like much going on because it's my monthly favorite page and it's going to be done throughout the year, so there's not really anything you can see. I just have like the general layout marked in pencil to then fill out throughout the year. Then I have my reading challenges page. I have 10 reading challenges. I also have another personal reading challenge that I didn't put on here, but for my 10 reading challenges, I want to read a book over 1,000 pages, read one classic, complete one series, read a book published in 2025, read a book that intimidates me, read a book with one word title, a friend recommendation, which I did misspell friend on here. I wrote fried. We're going to ignore that. Read one sci-fi book, read one sad book, and then read a book on the TBR for over 6 months. And then I also have a personal goal of reading 70 books that are on my physical TBR at the start of 2025. And then on the next page, I have my reading book goal. I've set my Goodreads goal and my Fable reading goal to 75 books. I read 120 books last year, so I don't think this should be a problem, but I didn't want to set too high in case I get into a book slump or anything, and I just wanted to take it easy and just enjoy my reading this year. So then I have my series tracker. This actually carries on to a third page, and then I left another page blank, but I have the name of the series and then the checkbox, and I basically check off in the order. So like it starts off with the cheat sheet and When in Rome on the first page, but I've read the second book in the cheat sheet and the third book in When in Rome, so I checked off those boxes instead of just the first box in the row to correspond to the correct box. But that's where we're at with this. There's like a few that I may only have like one or two left to read, but then there's some where I've only read the first book, and this is the next page, and then all the blank space I left in case I finish series and then want to start more series. But I definitely want to finish a few of the series that I'm currently in the middle of. Those are all the ones I've written down. I'm currently in the middle of like 30 something series, so I definitely want to complete some of them before I move on and start more series. But then I have my best friend and I's book club page. Our book club is called The Order of the Tri-Snitches, which is really fun and cute. I really like it. But I have a page for that to where it's similar to my monthly fave page. I've marked out with pencil where I want everything to go, but it won't be filled in until I actually start reading books throughout the year for that club. And then we have my January TBR page. I did a bit of a Lunar New Year spread because Lunar New Year is at the end of January, so I did that. And then I have 7 books on my January TBR. Most of them are from my 25 and 2025. I have One Dark Window, Queen of Shadows, A Fate Inked in Blood, The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands, Spark of the Everflame, and Onyx Storm. So those are the books I've already read. Well, I'm currently reading my third one, but I chose these based on just what sounded really good for the month. So maybe we'll start off the year actually completing a monthly TBR. That would be amazing. But that's all I've done in my reading journal for 2025. It was a lot of just like tedious setup, planning out what I wanted to go where, and all that fun stuff. So in the next months for the rest of the year, I will show me actually like filling out things to where I won't just be like, oh, I already filled it out, guys. But here it is. I'll make sure to show you guys all that fun stuff. I have a planner for all of my video stuff, all my booktube stuff, when I need to film, edit, post things. And I think I'm actually going to go through that and update a bunch of stuff. I can like kind of show you some stuff, but I don't want to give away my video ideas. Not that anything is really that special and that you'll probably be able to read any of it because I write it on pencil, but that's beside the point. So I think I'll go through that, update things. My best friend also gave me a reading journal. So, starting with the first book of this year, I had been going through and filling that out. And I've actually really enjoyed that because it's helped me really collect my thoughts on the book. If I loved something, why I loved it. If I thought something was okay, why I didn't, and all that kind of stuff. So, I think I'll also go through and fill that out. And I'll show you guys what I'm doing at the time. Hey guys, it's now the next day. It's Thursday. I think I left you off me doing stuff in my planner, doing some reading. Last night I continued The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, and I passed the 50% mark, and it's getting a lot better. I made it to like part 4 in the book, and it's a lot better. It's picked up pace. The plot is a lot more prevalent now, which I'm really liking. But I was still like, I wanted to pick up something else, see if something else was going to catch my eye for the time being. So I picked up A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. I took the dust jacket off. This is a Norse mythology inspired story, fantasy story. And I'm 6 chapters into it right now. I did a little bit of reading of it this morning. I'm on page 68 in it, and right off the bat, it started really weird. Like, the first chapter was all over the place in terms of the plot. It started with, there was only like 5 pages before we actually met the love interest of this book, which was really fascinating to me because it starts off with her married in a marriage. So I was a little off put by that. I'm not going to lie. I was like off put by the fact she was flirting while married, even if her husband was like the worst person ever and was not a good person and didn't treat her well, didn't treat people well and stuff. But then I was also really put off by the fact that there was like a 4 page conversation between the MMC and FMC about getting smacked with a fish. Like, that was so strange to me, and I didn't know how to react. I was so baffled by that information. I literally read the first chapter, then closed the book and looked at it and was like, what did I just read? I was so off put by it, but I was like, okay, I wanted to get a little bit further into it before deciding if I was going to continue this book or not, because one chapter doesn't really tell you much about it. So I was like, I want to at least get to like the 20% mark to determine if I'm going to DNF this or not. And I'm not quite there yet. This book is just over 400 pages. So around the 90, 100 page mark, I'll decide if I'm going to continue this or not. I'm not quite there yet. It did get a little bit better after the first chapter. Like the following chapters were a little bit better, but the plot is kind of like chaotic and all over the place. And I'm not sure what to think about this. I have heard some things about this where people talk about how it's not as good. The romance is kind of weird. The plot's kind of weird. This is definitely like not as loved as Danielle L. Jensen's Bridge Kingdom series. People love that series, but this one is just not it for people. And I'm starting to see why. I don't even know if I like it. So like I said, I'm going to get a little bit further into this before I decide if I'm going to continue this or not. This is my best friend and I's book club pick for the month, but I don't know. This one is just, it's strange. Like, I need something like magical to happen for me to rate this highly and continue it and actually finish the story. Because right now I'm not really feeling it. So that's where I'm at on like my current reading and stuff. Like I said, I'm enjoying The Ashes and The Star-Cursed King. A Fate Inked in Blood, we'll see how that goes because I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that right now. But I thought to finish off this video, I would do a bookshelf tour, a mini bookshelf tour, not an in-depth one because I'm gonna save that for a later video. I'm about to head back up to school, so like all my bookshelves are gonna look definitely different because I'm gonna be taking some books back up with me. But I thought I'd give you a tour now, and then in like May when I come back home and bring home the rest of my books and I'll have all my books here, then I'm going to redo my bookshelves and make a whole video on that. So that'll be fun. Stay tuned for that in like months from now because it's not happening anytime soon. But I thought I'd give you a mini bookshelf tour of all these bookshelves and then also the ones downstairs because why not? So we're going to be using my tripod like a mini selfie stick and do it that way. So I thought we'd start with my romance bookshelves slash fiction and mystery thriller. So these are how the bookshelves look up here. They're a little empty because I have some books at school and stuff, but you see down here I have basically all of my summer romances, my Lynn Painter, Lauren Asher, and then a few just colorful books. Straight above that I have another summer romance, which is The Paradise Problem. I didn't run out of space, but I definitely forgot to put it down on this shelf, so I just decided to move it up and call it a day. And then I just have like some random books because they didn't fit in with the rest of my stuff. And then I have my nice little Lego right there. It's like the Lego chrysanthemum. I got it for Christmas. I really like it. So then we go straight down here. This shelf starts with all my small town romances. So I have my Elsie Silver, Lila Sage, Lori Gilmore, Small Town Lucy Score romances, and some others. Then I have just some random standalones, my Sarah Adams, and then my Allie Hazelwood. Not in Love on the end there, signed copy at that. Straight above that, you can see on the left down here, I have my 3 Mafia romances. I don't have much of them. And then we have all my sports romances. So my Elle Kennedy, some random standalones, and then my Chloe Walsh. And then we have my Knock 'em Out Trilogy Collector's Editions. I got a really good deal at Target. I think I mentioned it in a previous video, but yeah, really like that. So then we go straight up. I have my fiction. So we have my Ellen Hilderbrand, some other standalones, historical fiction. This is all the fiction I have, so not too much. And then we have my classics, which it's all just Jane Austen. I got a really good deal on that box set of Jane Austen books. I got it at Half Price Books. And then we have my Plum Blossoms, which I really like, really pretty. Then we go straight right. We have my mystery thriller shelf. So it starts off with hardcover adult mystery thrillers, my Geneva Rose. Then we have my YA, my Jennifer Lynn Barnes, random ones, Karen M. McManus, Holly Jackson, and then the rest of my paperback mystery thrillers. So that's like all the books I have up here. I am working on a Harry Potter shelf right up above the TV, but it's not done. And so we're not doing that yet. So here we have all of my fantasy. There's a lot of shelves of them. I have like all my fantasy in this middle section of these bookcases. We did custom like Billy bookcase, built-ins. Then we have K-pop albums on either side. So if you're a K-pop fan, you'll definitely recognize stuff. Hello, Junie. How are you? Hi, baby. Okay, so we start with my Sarah J. Maas books. At the very top, we have ACOTAR and Throne of Glass collector's editions and the Third Crescent City. I have that one because I got it as an indie edition from the Rip Bodice in New York. Then we have my SJM shelf. I have my ACOTAR series. I have two BAM exclusives because I had ordered one for myself and then my best friend got me one, so I thought, why not have the sprayed edges? Then I have my original OG paperbacks of Throne of Glass that are like a decade old, and then the new ones in the hardcover. I'm on Queen of Shadows, so I don't have any more. Then we have my Barnes exclusives of One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. Straight down from that, I have just some like duologies, series. I only have a few books. Then we go straight over. I have the Lightlark series, some others. I have one of my favorite series of the year, the Powerless trilogy. I have multiple editions. Don't judge me. I like collecting books. Then we have my Rick Riordan shelf. I'm a big Percy Jackson fan. I've read all the Percy Jackson books except Wrath of the Triple Goddess and the entire Heroes of Olympus series. I'm still collecting those. But that's what I have there. Then we go straight down. I have the Wicked Collector's Edition. I have the Hurricane Wars series, the Curse of Saints series, the regular Shepherd King duology paperbacks, some others, House of Beating Wings, House of Pounding Hearts. We go straight right. I have a bunch of YA. I have What the River Knows, Dance of Thieves duology, Legendborn Cycle. Then we have my Stephanie Garber. I have basically all of them. I've read the entire Carval trilogy, Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, and Spectacular. I have multiple editions of everything, so it's very pretty. Then we go straight over from that. I have To Kill a Shadow, To Shatter the Night by Catherine Quinn, then my Carrie Maniscalco. I want it all together. We go straight down from that. I have my Red Tower Publishing books, some other adult fantasies. I have my indie edition and traditionally published Quicksilver, which I'm very proud of. Go straight over from that. I have my Fourth Wing series, my Plated Prisoner, Spark of the Everflame, some other adult fantasies. That's where A Fate Inked in Blood goes. I took it out of the dust jacket, so we're gonna ignore that. I have my hardcover of When the Moon Hatched, one of my favorite books from last year. We go straight over from that. I have YA. There's so many kitties down here, and I'm trying not to step on them. Say hello! So then we have some YA. I have all my Cassandra Clare YA books. The only one I need in the Mortal Instruments still is the sixth one, and then I need, what is it, Queen of, whatever the third one is in the Dark Artifices. I have the hardcover, but not the paperback. We go straight down from that. I have my not Holly Jackson, I have my Holly Black and the collector's edition with Cruel Prince, continued over. I have Divine Rivals, Ruthless Vows, a bunch of other YA like duologies or standalones. Then I have my Emily Wilds and some adult fantasy. Straight over from that, I have the Belladonna trilogy, Crowns of Neaxia, The Coven and the Curse, some other standalones. Then we go straight down from that. I have a bunch of books where I only have the first one in the series, or don't have a complete series, or just fit there because I ran out of space. You go straight over from that. The the theme continues. These are like some of the leftover books. Then I have all my Zodiac Academy books, and I've started collecting the new traditionally published ones as well. I still need books 8 and 8.5 in the indie editions, but I plan on getting those very soon because you can still get them on Amazon. So, and then we go straight over from that, and I have just a bunch of random ones that are left over. So yeah, these are my bookshelves that are down here. I showed you the ones upstairs. I spent a lot of time organizing them. It was kind of hard because I needed to make sure one of the cats is chewing on my tripod. That's why it's moving. But you know, we're just gonna roll with it. I'm sorry if this video is shaky because of it. That one specifically likes to chew on everything. So it's just gonna be a common theme. But these are my bookshelves. I spent a lot of time organizing them. I hope you guys can appreciate how they look. The organization process took a while because I have so many books. But I really like how they came out. I will be literally tomorrow taking books off the shelf in order to put in a box. But hopefully I won't be taking too many because I'm not going to take any books back to school that I can read on Kindle Unlimited. So that'll help save space. Then I won't have to bring them all back because I already have, I think, like 70 books at school still. They're primarily romances and some mystery thrillers. I think my cats want to attack my tripod right now. Like they're watching for ways to attack them. Can you not? Please? Can you not? Please? Please don't do that. It's okay. It's not going to attack you. They feel threatened. But I think I'll leave the video here. He's watching the camera. I think he's confused of why I'm in it too. What, Hoshi? What, man? What's up? But I think I'll leave the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff you guys know how to do. But I hope you guys have a good 2025 reading year, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.